kind of talk about. I keep talking about all these edges. I'm just going to talk about another one. Ahmed Hassanein from Boise State. I don't think we've ever really got to talk about him too much. Really unique story. Came over from Egypt. He was one of the best CrossFit athletes in Egypt, which is just like insane to be that in general. So he's a little bit raw as a player, but the stats don't really necessarily show you that. 30 plus pressures in the last 2 years, 24 sacks in the last 2 years combined. Like for a guy that's a little bit newer to football, been playing for about 4 or 5 years now. We know he's a phenomenal athlete. He's going to be able to do a little bit of everything. Similar to my Elijah Roberts spiel. He's a bigger guy, can play on early downs, still gives you some of that pass rushing upside. Just for us not addressing the edge, he feels like an edge that kind of profiles as a guy that still has a path to playing time as an early down replacement for Trey. You can kind of move him around a little bit more. Just there's a little bit more of flexibility and things that you can do without having to force him on the field. And
again, we leave drafts all the time with quality players in the NFL. And these are guys that weren't necessarily the most highly touted coming out of their respective draft. Trey Hendrickson wasn't highly touted coming out of his respective draft, but these guys wind up being key contributors later down the road. And sometimes they like jump off at us and it's a shock to us. But if you look at their player profile, how they projected in college, it wouldn't be all that big of a shock. Like if Cedric Johnson wind up performing and being an absolute dog for the Bengals, it wouldn't shock me because you saw what he was able to do. Test it well. Even in limited spots this year, he looked like a very, very good prospects. Very, very, very good prospect. So like, I always love to come on here and discuss things and talk about things and learn about different prospects that catch our eye. So I think Barrett Carter makes a lot of sense here. Although I can't lie. I can't lie. You kind of are selling me on the Ahmed Hassan dude a little bit because I do. But I still fall back to that old adage, right? That we definitely do need a linebacker in here because
that could start potentially.
And we've talked about getting Barrett Carter literally every single week. Maybe this is the spot. Again, this draft is not sexy. To be honest with y'all, it's not sexy. It's not. But we're at this point, we're just trying to fill as many holes as possible.
Right.
While drafting who we think might be best player available.